Hi, Nancy Burt-Preece here, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Here's my email and my website. Here's my Facebook business page. Please join. We have fun challenges and we do fun things there. And here's my YouTube channel. Please like, subscribe, watch to the end, and share with all your crafty friends. Today, I am casing a card from Melva Peters. It's called a Diagonal Joy Fold. So let's start with the parts and pieces. I'll show you what we're going to do with this one in a minute, but it's a 4 1/4 by 11. I've scored it at 5 1/2, and I'll show you how we cut it in a minute. My first designer series paper is going to be 4 by 5 1/4. That's this piece. Then I have a navy piece, which is 4 1/4 by 7, and I scored it at 3 1/2. DSP2 is 4 by 5 1/4, and I cut it on a diagonal. When you are cutting it, make sure you have it so that it is pointing to your left. If you do it the other way, it doesn't fit on there as well. So make sure when you're cutting your piece of paper, it juts out to the left. So that is cut in a half. I have a DSP3, which is 3 1/4 by 4, and I have the parts. This is Adventurous Sky Designer Series paper, and I have the dies, which I have cut out with cherry and navy and silver foil, and the last piece is a basic white 3 1/4 by 4. So hopefully you've taken a screenshot of the measurements, and let's put this together. Now this is for my Fun Fold to Go class, and so they're going to be providing their own sentiment for the inside. I didn't even put a sentiment here. I thought it didn't need it. I may put a little bit of, I was looking at this a minute ago, and I may put a little bit of a couple of white, but I might not. You know, I debated, does it need more? I don't know. I may. If you get a kit from me, you might have something more in there. So let's start. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. I'm going to bring my paper trimmer in, and I'm going to put the score line and the bottom point in the track. I'm going to use my dark blade and cut on a diagonal. From top to bottom, I can use that piece for something else. Now I'm going to take my bone folder and make a nice crisp fold. I'm going to adhere my 4 by 5 1/4. Now, you have double-sided paper, or if you're doing it at home, you can use whatever paper you want. This is just a fun design, but you may choose to use a different paper, and that's totally fine. And if you get a kit from me, you can use either side you want. That is what makes it fun. You get to make it yourself. Okay, that's that inside. Now I'm going to use some green glue on this, and I'll tell you why. Because it's easier to get in the corners than it is with other kind of adhesive. So I'm going to adhere this. This one, the way I cut it, you might have to use this one on the front because the other one probably won't be on the right side. So sorry about that. I made that choice for you. Once again, I'm just going to kind of bone fold it. I'm going to bone fold this really well, make a nice crisp fold. Add this designer series paper. I'm going to add the inside white, which is also the 3 1/4 by 4. I like it's a joy fold, and it is a diagonal joy fold, which makes it kind of fun. Now what I'm going to do is line this up so I know where I want it. I'm going to put some adhesive all the way around. Maybe a little in the middle because this is going to be used a lot. Get it as lined up as close as I can. Adhere that down. And now you've got your card base. Now I cut the 3 parts out of the plane. I love this plane. I think it's really fun. So I had to kind of line it up. If you get a kit from me, make sure all these little parts, I tried to get them all out for you, but in case I missed one. And you kind of have to see, okay, where do I put glue? Wheels here and a little bit there, maybe a little there. But you don't want to put glue up there. So I'm going to start, I know that I can put glue here. A little bit at the top here. Tiny bit. And you notice I'm just kind of pouncing the glue, not a lot. You don't want a ton on the wheels. And let me kind of just hold it up again. And I can put a little bit right back here. Pounce a little bit there. The green glue gives me a little wiggle room. So I can wiggle the wheels into place. And you can see I need some help wiggling the wheels into place. I'm going to pick it up and wiggle that a little bit into place. Now, somebody said to me, what happens if I get glue on my project? Well, let it dry, and then you can either wipe it off with your finger, or you can take a gum eraser and get some of that off. Right now, I'm going to let it go, but I will be coming back and getting that off. I'm going to put a little dot of glue, or you could use a glue dot, totally your choice. Little tiny dot of glue. And I cut a little propeller out of silver foil. I'll let that sit for a minute, and what I'm going to do is pop it up. So my question is, as I'm looking at this, does it need something else? Does it need a couple of sparkly things? I don't think so. It doesn't really mesh. I didn't get the trinkets. I went back and forth on whether I was going to buy them. Does it need a couple little white doodads? Let me put a couple on, and you know, certainly comment if you like the white doodads, but I'm not sure it needs it. But I'm going to put a few on, and I will give a few to you if you want to use them. But you know what? I'm going to take those back off. Don't you like when you do stuff like that? I'm going to put a different color. I think what I'm going, oh, now I got doodads everywhere. These are those Naturals sequins. I'm going to put some darker ones. I think that will look a little bit better. Yeah, that works for me. I think that's a better look. And I might, if I do it on this one, see if I can, see I really got some glue here. I'm just taking, sometimes I find my fingers work a little bit better on cardstock, so I can go gentler than a gum eraser. It's totally a personal preference, and I'll work on that a little bit more. But if I pop it up, I'm going to probably put these gems a little bit farther to the side. So it's not a hard card, but it is a fun fold card. So I hope you like the Diagonal Joy Fold card, and I hope you give it a try. Thanks.